Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor with another edition of my Trumpology report. And I thought it might be interesting to take a look at Rex Tillerson, who has been nominated by Trump for Secretary of State. Tillerson, as you recall, is a top executive with Exxon for at least a decade. And he is very close to Putin. He has done business around the world and, of course, with Russia. And Putin gave him a friendship award after they signed off on a major deal. Now, again, I do not have a birth time for Tillerson. I'm so sorry. So I can only show you what he triggers in Trump's chart, and that alone may be very interesting. By the way, he is an Aries sun. We do not know whether he's an Aquarian moon or a Pisces moon simply because we do not have a birth time. His Mercury is in Aries, his Jupiter is in Aries, so he's go, 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 do it now. His Mars is in Scorpio. Very, very intense. Very intense. All or nothing. Scorpio is all or nothing, as we know. Let's see, Sun, Moon, Mercury. Venus is in Pisces. Mars, Jupiter is in Aries, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Saturn is in Libra. Neptune is in Libra. Uranus is in Cancer, and Pluto in Leo. His North Node is 0 Virgo, right on Trump's ascendant, and his North Node is 0 Pisces. So that's for those of you who study astrology. For those of you who don't study astrology, you're saying, what did she just say? So what I'm going to do is share with you right now what Trump's chart, how Trump is activated, how he is triggered by Tillerson, what it is in Tillerson that triggers what it does in Trump's chart. In other words, the effect that Tillerson has on Trump. Okay, let's just start here. I'm going to start with the 12th house because it's very, very powerful. Tillerson's Pluto sits on Trump's Pluto. Now, Pluto is control. In the 12th house, it's behind the scenes activities, and it's the subconscious mind, it's the spirit plane. And so this whole 12th house is hidden resources, hidden activities. And so there is a very powerful influence. There's a control influence, of course, from Trump to Tillerson and from Tillerson to Trump. So we're talking about two very powerful people. I wish I had Tillerson's birth time so I could give you his exact chart. As long as I only have his planets, I'm just going to put them around the outside of Trump's chart and give you this report. Tillerson's Pluto sits on Trump's Mars. And so that control makes, it fires Trump up. It makes him angry. And that anger can be directed the way the controller wants it to be. Tillerson. Now, Trump's Mars triggers Tillerson's control. So it's a real power thing between the two of them. And what Tillerson is encouraging Trump to do is control from behind the scenes. That is the natal placement in Trump's chart, and he likes to be in control behind the scenes, and Tillerson reinforces that. Okay, Tillerson's South Node, this is the area of loss, of drainage, of overdoing, is on Trump's ascendant. Tillerson's Pluto is on Trump's ascendant. And so there is a personal control on the part of Tillerson toward Trump. Now, the South Node does not, when somebody's South Node sits on your ascendant, it is a karmic relationship from the past, but it can be draining to you. It's not really personally rewarding for you. It doesn't mean it won't happen. The relationship goes on, but there's an element of sacrifice that you make in the relationship, and that's what happens with Trump. Tillerson's Saturn, let's slow it down, sits on Trump's Neptune the dream of money, and on his Jupiter, the abundance of money. Now, we've seen this before in Jared's comparison with Trump's chart, that both Jared and Ivanka, their Saturn influences Trump's money, influences him to just be a little more practical, a little more logical, a little more conservative with his money. And so Tillerson's Saturn may squelch some of Trump's money and some of Trump's idealism about money, but Tillerson's Neptune sits right smack dab on Trump's third cusp, and I'm looking forward here so I can, yes, right smack dab on Trump's third cusp. In fact, I am going to add a little aspect here. Give me a second. One more red line. Tillerson's Neptune of idealism inspires Trump to dream a dream about money and to acquire big bucks. So on the one hand, he's inspiring him to expand his income, and on the other, he's saying be traditional. We've heard this before with Jared and Ivanka. Okay. With Neptune on Trump's third cusp, he does fill Trump with the visions of sugar plums, all kinds of ideas. And with his Mars in Scorpio, in Trump's third house, he fires up Trump's mind and his mouth. This is the house of communication. And so he gets Trump to talking and yelling, and it's not simply expressing, it's shooting from the hip intensely. Tillerson's moon, we don't know where it is because we do not have a birth time for him. It's either in Trump's sixth house of work or in his seventh of the one-on-one relationship, which means he would treat Tillerson as an equal. The North Node from Tillerson's chart to Trump's chart is on that seventh cusp that does help him in his one-on-one relationships with other people. This can be very, very helpful. Tillerson's Venus, love and money and beauty, is in Trump's seventh house, and so he does consider Tillerson his equal, and there is a really lovely feeling. I'm not saying love, but friendship certainly, and a caring for Tillerson as his equal. Now look at this eighth house right up here. Tillerson's Sun and Mercury are in Trump's eighth house. The eighth house is the house of secrets. The eighth house is the house of other people's money. And so this is one of the rules of finance I learned from someone who was who got his MBA in finance at Northwestern University. You use other people's money to make your own money. And this allows Tillerson to influence Trump in that direction. It fires him up about creating money by helping other people get their money and creating more money for others and thereby for himself. Also, the house of secrets. So Tillerson may be encouraging Trump to be a little bit, I don't mean paranoid, but suspicious of things that are going on. And he will want to look beneath the surface at what's really happening rather than simply accepting what people say. Now, Tillerson's Jupiter sits on Trump's ninth cusp. The ninth house is foreigners, foreign countries. It's expanding our horizons. And that is what Tillerson has done for Trump with Russia. Whether or not you agree with it, this is what he has created. And Jupiter is expansion. Jupiter is wonderful from the standpoint of opening yourself up to options you didn't think you had before. And I think that's pretty cool in concept. Now we'll see how it works out. But this is an opportunity to expand Trump's reach with foreign nations. Now, Tillerson's Uranus, the rebel, the innovator, sits on Trump's Mercury, his conscious mind. And this encourages Trump to just shoot from the hip, tell it like it is as he sees it at the moment, and tell it without thinking maybe. But it triggers a lot of psychic communication between the two, which can be very, very helpful. So this is a very simplified picture of what Rex Tillerson triggers in Donald Trump's chart. I hope it's helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. When you are ready for your own reading, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. Until then, until we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours.